Following a trilateral meeting on Wednesday between senior diplomats from South Korea, the U.S. and Japan, Wendy Sherman, the U.S. Deputy Secretary of State, says they had constructive talks. Her remarks coming despite the fact that her two counterparts were no-shows for a planned press conference. Bae Eun-ji reports.
U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman said Wednesday that she had constructive talks with her counterparts from South Korea and Japan. She said the U.S. was very satisfied with the meeting with South Korea's first Vice Foreign Minister Choi Jong-kun and Japanese Vice Foreign Minister Takeo Mori, adding that she looks forward to further consultations on ensuring the complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. Asked if the U.S. supports declaring a formal end to the Korean War, she declined to respond, saying Washington and its allies are having good consultations and they'll continue to do so. On Sunday, Choi said he expected a good result in the not-too-distant future from discussions with the U.S. on South Korea's end-of-war declaration proposal. Sherman also reaffirmed the Biden administration's stance on North Korea, saying Washington harbors no hostile intent toward Pyongyang. She said the U.S. believes diplomacy and dialogue are essential to establishing permanent peace, urging the North to return to the negotiating table. On China, Sherman said freedom of navigation and overflight in the South China Sea was discussed, and the three countries restated their commitment to maintaining a peaceful and stable Indo-Pacific region. Sherman's remarks Wednesday came as her two counterparts failed to show up for a joint news conference. Choi said Japan refused to join the conference after Seoul's Commissioner General of the National Police Agency visited Dokdo Island.
Through the Korea-US-Japan alliance, the U.S. tried to counter China and deal with North Korea, but not participating in the joint press conference showed that the issue of historical dispute between Tokyo and Seoul is far from being resolved.
The three officials were due to hold a press conference shortly after the 3-hour-long meeting, but Sherman addressed reporters alone, noting that an issue unrelated to the meeting led to the change. Meanwhile, following trilateral talks, the diplomats from South Korea and Japan also held a separate bilateral meeting in Washington. Seoul's foreign ministry said Thursday that Choi restated the need to speed up consultations on wartime forced labor and comfort women issues, and delivered Korea's stance on Japan's export regulations and the planned disposal of Fukushima radioactive water. The ministry also said Choi clearly noted in the meeting that South Korea cannot accept any of Japan's stance on Dokdo Island. Bae Eun-ji, Arirang News.